Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and if this is your first time stumbling across one of my videos, I usually focus on fashion, beauty, luxury, lifestyle, fragrances, and pretty much whatever else I feel like talking about. So if that seems like something that you may be interested in, go ahead and click on that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, of course. Also, if you're already a subscriber, go ahead and click on that notification bell so that you do not miss an upload from me. Okay, y'all, so today I am back with 10 fragrances that I have been loving lately, and I want to talk to you guys about them. A lot of these are new in my collection, so I definitely wanted to give you guys my thoughts. I always love when I can bring newer fragrances onto the channel and, you know, we can discuss in the comments. Also, the Sephora Fragrance for All event will be going on from December 15th all the way to December 24th. So this is the perfect time to pick up any of the fragrances that I mentioned today. You will get 20% off of all full-size fragrances and hair and body mist. So I do have a couple hair and body mists here today that are not a part of my 10, but you know I got to put the girls on to the things that I've been loving as well. Now this is a Beauty Insider exclusive, so if you have not already signed up to be a Beauty Insider at Sephora, I will have that link down below for you guys. It's easy. You just sign up and you start accumulating points. I love that, okay? So you don't have to be in different tiers for this exclusive. However, you do have to be signed up as a Beauty Insider. So to get your 20% off, you will need to use code SAVESCENTS, and this is a one-time use code, so use it wisely, guys, because once you use it, you cannot use it again under that same Beauty Insider account. And if you do decide to purchase any of these fragrances, you can get them delivered today by stacking the code Quick Gifts. Again, this is for the Beauty Insider members only, but y'all, they have all the things going on. So I'm super excited to get into the fragrances that I've been loving and new ones that I've added to my collection. And of course, I'm super excited to partner with Sephora. So thank you, Sephora, for sponsoring this video. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so I want to start off with some fragrances that are from the Black beauty brands at Sephora. And you guys know I love to support the Black-owned businesses, especially when I'm shopping at Sephora. So the first one is fairly new to my collection, but I did talk to you guys about this one in one of my last videos, and this is Chris Collins Forbidden Apple, you guys. So this is the one, I'm wearing this today, so I went ahead and pulled the travel out because I'm going to be popping this in my handbag. But y'all, apple can be a very polarizing note. It can be one of those notes that just remind you of like a candle or like a home scent or something like that. Or just, you know, something that you may enjoy smelling, but you don't want to wear. This one is done so well. It's creamy, it's sweet, it's woody. I mean, it is so feminine, so beautiful. This is a niche house sold at Sephora, and I feel like Chris Collins did such a phenomenal job on this one. So it has some pink pepper, some brown sugar. Of course, it has that apple. It also has a fenugreek note in here, some vetiver, and I feel like that vetiver, it kind of gives it like that fresh, airy vibe, but it's something about that brown sugar, the apple, and I'm sure there are some other sweet notes in here that just makes this so creamy and gourmand without being cloyingly sweet, you guys. This one is fabulous. You need to check this one out. If you did not check this out during the last Sephora savings event, this is your time to be able to get this fragrance for 20% off. Okay, so make sure you guys check out Forbidden Apple from Chris Collins. And if you're a Chris Collins fan and you haven't tried out Lust, go ahead and check that one out too. One of my favorites. I talk about that one a lot on the channel, so I didn't really want to bring this one out as a part of my 10, but it's so good. Okay, I love it. You need it. Compliment getter for sure. Okay, y'all, so the next fragrance I have here is She Was Here from Forever Mood. You guys, this one, oh my goodness, this one has been stealing all of the attention in my collection lately, you guys. Look at my dent. Like, this smells so good, and literally, and I'm not playing with you, every single time I've worn this, I have received a compliment. And what made me start wearing it like a lot, I left it in my car one night, so every time I would go out to dinner or do anything, I would put this on. And you guys, I've gotten so many compliments in a crowded bar, at dinner. I mean, just going to the grocery store. It is beautiful. To me, this is a sexy rose pistachio type of fragrance. It's so feminine, and it has that gourmand nuttiness from the pistachio, but it still has a lot of perfumey elements in here to make this such a womanly, feminine, you know, sexy type of fragrance. This is perfect for date night, girls' night. I just love this one so much. One of my favorite pistachio fragrances in my collection. And another element that really sticks out to me in this fragrance is the milk and the suede note. It gives like this cashmere like creaminess to it. Y'all, so beautiful. Oh my goodness. If you haven't had a chance to get your nose on this one, listen, this is the time to try this one out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. And to get 20% off, you really can't beat it with a stick, because this retails for about $79. So I mean, it's literally like she's giving it to you. You know what I mean? Such a beautiful feminine fragrance that I know you guys are going to get so much wear out of. I've been loving wearing this in the fall, and I can't wait to bring this into the heavy winter months. Okay, so absolutely divine. Now this next fragrance is from the brand Brown Girl Jane, and this is High Tea from the brand. Now this one I've never spoken about on my channel. I've had this one a couple months, and you guys, I've been absolutely enjoying this. Now this is a very unique fragrance in my collection. However, I will give it a couple of comparisons at the end of this review. Okay, so let's get into the notes. So we have some Madeline, some macaron, some chai in this one. We also have some orange flower water, some milk, some freesia. And in the base, we have some amber, sandalwood, and biscotti. So as you can hear from the notes, this is definitely a gourmand fragrance, but it's done in such a soft, feminine way. I really love how they did the orange flower water in this, because it gives it this airiness and has a little bit of that floral in there, so it's not going to be too much. But for some reason, I get a lot of that like milky Madeline macaron type of whatever that may be in here. And it just gives it such a, I don't know, like a pinky sweetness to it while still being floral or having a floral take to it. It's almost like a floral milk. And then you have all of those, you know, gourmand notes. Y'all, I absolutely love this one. It's super soft. Now, I do feel like it kind of reminds me a little bit of Donna Born and Roma Ivory, but this is much sweeter. It doesn't have any marshmallow in this, but of course it has all the other gourmand notes like the biscotti and stuff like that. So this is way sweeter. I feel like if you were excited about Ivory and it kind of disappointed you a little bit, this may be a little bit more up your alley, and it's way more affordable. But I really enjoy how they did this. It's so beautiful, you guys. And I will say one thing about Brown Girl Jane, I feel like the longer that their fragrances sit, the better they get. Not all fragrances need that, but this one has gotten sweeter over the last couple of months that I've had this. Okay, so really been enjoying this. I feel like it's a great daytime pretty scent. It just reminds me of, like, I don't know, like being in a little bakery where everything is pink and cutesy. Think Lottery. That's exactly what this reminds me of, being in the Lottery bakery. It's so feminine, so pretty, so sweet, and I think you guys will really enjoy this one. If you have or have tried High Tea, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, because I haven't heard a lot of people talking about this one. So yeah, it's good to me, y'all. I think this will be definitely worth the buy. Next up, we have Showgirl, and this is another one that I've never spoken about on this channel. I haven't had this one too long. I've only had this one probably 2 weeks, but I've been dying to try something from this brand. This is from Harlem Perfume Co. Okay, so oh my goodness, you guys, this is a sparkling, zesty, oh my goodness, it's so hard to explain, like sparkling, zesty, kind of bright fragrance, but then it definitely has some sweetness in there, some maturity as well. I feel like this is sexy without being deep, and I really enjoyed this one. So in the opening of this one is very aromatic, okay, almost as if there's some lavender or something in here, but then you get that zesty sweetness and sparkling type of nature to it. It's almost like Burberry Goddess, the lavender that's in that, but a little fresher and not so sharp. More like maybe if lavender was pink or something like that. Is there a pink lavender? Maybe it is. Let's look up the notes on this one. Okay, so we have notes of mandarin orange, pink pepper, and bergamot in the top. We have jasmine sambac, lavender, and cardamom. So it's just regular lavender, not pink lavender. And then we have some musk, Australian sandalwood, and amber in the base, and it smells just like how this bottle looks. Oh my goodness, the amber, I love an amber note. I know that can be a polarizing note as well, but amber does something to make it sexy. And just like I said, this is sexy without being deep. It's definitely something you can wear every single day. I can see this being signature scent worthy. And it's just so beautiful, you guys. And a new black owned brand available at Sephora. I'm super excited to have this in my collection, and I want to try out some of the other fragrances from the house as well. I've heard about Langston. I want to test that one out, but I do have to blind buy these because they're not available in my local Sephora. But if you guys have tried any of the others from this house, let me know, you guys, because this one surprised me a lot. I love this one so much, and I can't wait to really start to dig into this one a little bit more as it gets chillier and just wearing it on a regular basis, because I can see this being like, for me, this is something unique. You guys know I'm not huge on lavender in my fragrances, but it opens up very aromatic, and I really enjoy that. Super like bright and fun. You know what I mean? It's a mood booster in my opinion. So yeah, I love this one, you guys. Let me know if you guys have tried Showgirl. I love the name of it. And the top is cool too. It kind of spins, but it's still on real good, you know? This is so cute. So let me know what you guys think about this one if you've gotten your nose on it. Okay, y'all, next up, we have another fragrance that I have not mentioned on the channel. Now, this is Dream by The Maker. Now, this one, I've had my eye on for a little minute, but again, I had to blind buy it. So I really wanted to, you know, get into the notes and really make sure that I would like this one. And this one surprised me when I got this in the mail, you guys. As soon as I smelled it, I was like, oh, wow, I got to tell the girls about this one. Again, this is one that I haven't seen too many people talking about. And I'm not going to lie to you. When I saw this on the website, when it first arrived on the website a while ago, I mean, it was the bottle for me. I just think this bottle is absolutely just gorgeous. Like, how pretty is it? I love glass like this. So it reminds me of like Art Deco type vibe. So in Dream, we have a butter note, you guys. I know, sounds extremely scary. That is one of the deterrents because I was like, girl, I do not want to smell like buttered popcorn, okay? But this has butter. It also has some cinnamon, some cocoa, and magnolia in the top. In the mid, we have white sandalwood, caramel, and vanilla orchid, another one of my favorite notes. And in the base, we have some vetiver, vanilla, and amber. So it's a lot of notes going on in here, but overall I get like this spicy woody fragrance that does not lean smoky, because a lot of the times when something is like vanillic and spicy, it can give like By the Fireplace. That's a nice fragrance. I mean, to me it leans a little too smoky. I have to layer that one. This is not smoky at all, but it's still super spicy with that cinnamon. I just love how it's rounded out with the magnolia in the top. That white floral does something to this without making it too floral or like too screechy to the nose. And I feel like if you want to smell like a sophisticated type of dessert, this is the one, okay? If you're not like a real gourmand girl that wants to smell like cake and ice cream and stuff like that, and that can be a little too juvenile, this is like an elevated type of woody, vanilla, spicy, gourmand type of scent. I mean, it definitely gives niche in my opinion. I would not have expected this to be at Sephora, but I love that it is, because Sephora is so accessible. You know what I mean? And it's perfect for this time of year because it's super warm, but the vanilla in here is like a waxy type of vanilla. It's not like an edible vanilla, but then you have that cinnamon, that butter that makes it creamy. Like, I mean, so many different elements coming together to create this masterpiece, you guys. So this is Dream by The Maker. Absolutely loving it, and this was a great blind buy for me. So if you guys have checked it out, let me know, but I'll have this link down below. I think you guys definitely want to get your nose on this one, and again, you can't beat it when it's 20% off. Now, speaking of gourmands, you know I had to mention Queen's Caramel, you guys. Now, Queen's Caramel, oh, it's from Ellis Brooklyn, and this is so sweet and caramelized. It smells so edible, you guys. I mean, this smells like caramel drizzle in my opinion. I absolutely love this fragrance. I usually use this as a topper, but if I'm just throwing on like a sweatsuit or something and I just want to smell sweet and edible, I'll throw this on. It's not so deep and cloying like some of the other caramel type of fragrances, so I really enjoy this one. I smelled Buttercream Haze. That's from the Seven Virtues. That is super gourmand, okay? That one for me was a little too much. This is my alternative to that. So if you smelled that one and you liked it, but you was like, oh, I don't know if I want to smell like that, maybe check out Queen's Caramel, you guys. I love how sweet, like, I mean, like toothache sweet this is, with also still remaining pretty light and airy. I just feel like they did this so well. And this is a fragrance that I would highly recommend to any of my gourmand girls out there. You guys know I've talked about this a couple times on the channel, and I still stand by it 100%. So we have Vanille Couture from Lieb, which is a YSL fragrance. And y'all know how I feel about a Lieb, child, okay? However, this is my favorite out of all of them. It is. I have been wearing this. I've been loving this. I have been layering this, and it is doing so many great things in my collection. Now, mind you, I don't own any of the other Liebs except for the one that's super fresh called Platine. So this definitely fills a void in my collection. If you already have the other Liebs, you may not need this one, but it's that added vanilla caviar for me that makes this such a classy, sophisticated vanilla. And the fragrance itself, it's already giving sophisticated lady, okay? It already gives that. But when you add that vanilla, it just adds a little bit more sensualness to it. And it tones down that lavender note that I'm not a huge fan of. So I've been loving this so much, y'all. Like, look at my dent. Like, for a Libre fragrance, can you believe? Like, that's not me. You know what I mean? So you can see that I have definitely been using this and been loving it. And I had to let you guys know because the last time I did like my dedicated review on this fragrance, we were talking about the price point. And so what better time than when you can get 20% off and you can get this, you know, for a little bit of a discount, because I did feel like this was a little bit elevated in price, but the bottle is gorgeous and the fragrance and juice is just, it's really good, y'all. So if you are missing a Lieb in your collection or a sophisticated floral vanilla, definitely check out Vanille Couture from Saint Laurent. Now let's get into some fruity fragrances. And the first one that I have to mention is Mutine from Miu Miu, you guys. This one I smelled when I went in to smell Donna Born and Roma Ivory, and I was captivated by this scent. I didn't get it at the time, but I was like, oh my gosh, why is this so good? Okay, so this is a super fresh but sweet at the same time strawberry fragrance. So we have some notes of strawberry, gardenia, rose, jasmine, brown sugar, patchouli, bourbon vanilla, moss, and amber. I will say you do need to like a little bit of a floral. That gardenia comes through for me, and also a little bit of that patchouli. And what those two notes do to the strawberry sweetness of this fragrance, it reminds me of more of a fresh picked gardeny type of strawberry vibe, more so than like a milky milkshake type of strawberry. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is sweet without being creamy. This is sweet without being milky. This is sweet without leaning overly gourmand. So if you are a fruity floral girl and you enjoy that, but you like a little bit more sweetness with that brown sugar, I definitely think you will love Mutine. This is a good one to wear every single day. It lasts so long on me. This is something you can wear to the office. You can wear it to brunch. I mean, the options are endless with this one. I can see this being signature scent worthy in the same way that like a Burberry Her is signature scent worthy. But this one, it just has a little bit of something extra, a little bit more matureness that I am enjoying so much, you guys. And it's such a girly but classy fragrance. And even though I do compare this to Burberry Her, I do feel like this one stands out a little bit more, and it's because of those white florals. So I know so many people are not into a white floral. I live for a floral, okay? So if you like something sophisticated and, you know, a little bit more elevated, this is good. This is not for my young bougie marshmallow girls. However, they do layer extremely well together, okay? So make sure to check out Mutine. I highly recommend this one. Next, we have a brand new fragrance to my collection. This one is called Lovely and a Little Twisted. How cute is that name? Okay, so this is from the brand Lore, and look at this bottle, you guys. I love the design of this bottle. Also, the cap doubles as like a candlestick holder. I mean, come on. Super, super, super fancy and cute. So this one is for my rose milky type of girlies. Okay, so we have some rose milk, some pistachio. We also have patchouli and oud and resin and amber. And the amber in this fragrance actually stands out to me. So it's like a creamy kind of nutty fragrance, but it has an herbal essence to it. Something very fresh. Of course, it's, you know, rose, right? Oh my gosh. Even though these notes are comprised of pistachio and rose and milk and all the things, it smells very different to me. But here's the thing about this fragrance. If you don't usually like rose, if you don't usually like patchouli, and if you don't usually like oud, I'm gonna say you should still try this one, because I know a lot of people who don't care for those notes and they still enjoy this one. Okay, I let my mom smell this one. I let my sister smell this, and they're very particular, child, about their fragrances. They always say my fragrances are too ambery, too oudy, too this, and I'm like, girl, how? Because some of the things don't even have that in there. But this one was nice and fresh and light, and they really enjoyed this one. But it has the depth. Now I will say this is one that you need to put on your clothes in order to get the sillage. Okay, to me it lasts long on my skin, but in order for it to project and give you that bubble, you're gonna want to put this on your clothes. Okay, and the reason why I actually wanted to talk about this and what drew me in is it's familiar, but it's addictive. It's something in here that's super addictive and intriguing about this fragrance that I really enjoy. Maybe it's, I don't know, it's almost like it has like a little lemon or bergamot or some type of freshness at the top. Did I read bergamot? I can't remember, y'all. But yeah, the dry down on this is just going to be a soft, pretty vanilla, very ethereal type of fragrance. So yeah, this is from the house of Lore. Let me know if you guys have tested out anything from this brand. I know they came out with 4 different fragrances, and this is one of the 4 in the lineup. So yeah, this one is, to me, the more feminine one. The others can be a little bit more unisex or masculine leaning. Okay, so again, this is lovely and a little twisted from Lore. Okay, so next up we have another brand new fragrance, and this is from Fleur. This is called Afterglow, you guys, and I was actually sent this one in PR. So I have the little flyer here, and let me tell you, when I first smelled this, I was like, why is it so sensual? You know what I mean? But I do feel like Fleur knows how to do that, and not a derogatory way, if that makes any sense. Like, so, but listen, okay? So it says, Afterglow is the scent of instant chemistry, capturing the spark and thrill of a first crush. Bursts of citrus and apricot awaken the senses. Ambrette and lavender milk soften the moment, and warm amber and cashmere woods leave a magnetic, lingering glow. Okay, so it's supposed to be the moment of charged stillness. That soft and intimate is what I wanted to capture. That's what the perfumer said. Okay, so use your imagination. Okay, and that's kind of what this smells like, and not a skanky or, you know, derogatory way. It just smells super sensual, and it has that closeness of a partner. I don't know, this is really nice, but it's like the morning because of the freshness, the citrus that's coming through. So again, we have citrus splash, apricot skin, and coconut foam. And then we also have some lavender milk in the heart, and Brett vanilla planifolia. And then in the base, we have sandalwood, ambrox, and cashmere woods. And y'all, this one is a really good fragrance. I'm enjoying this. Now, I've only had this for a week, okay? So I did not want to give a full-on 100% you need to run out and get it. However, I love this so far. Okay, I've worn it twice. You guys know my first night I always wear it to bed just to see, just 1 or 2 little sprays, nothing too serious. And then the next time I wear it, I do a full spray with nothing. Okay, so now I need to like layer it up with some body lotions and things like that just to really see. But so far so good, and it lasted about 6 hours for me on skin. Okay, so really enjoying Afterglow so far. Again, it's fairly new. So if you guys have had a chance to try this out, let me know. And if you're like me, don't be afraid of the lavender in this. It's a lavender milk, so it does give it like that aromaticness, but it's not anything like screechy or anything. And I also want to note that I feel like this is one of those fragrances that you're going to need skin to really, you know, transform this fragrance, because it is very soft and airy, but it has that sensual deepness to it as well. And I feel like the body chemistry is what's going to really make or break this fragrance. So keep that in mind, but remember what it's supposed to evoke as well. Okay. Yeah. Afterglow. I'm gonna link it down below, y'all, because just the thought behind it, it excites me. Now my last fragrance is going to be Milk Orchid. This is from Commodity, and this was a flanker done by another content creator. I think her name is Perfumerism or something like that. I think she's more on TikTok than YouTube, but she started out by talking about like all these milky fragrances. It's like her favorite note. And so she was able to partner with Commodity to come out with Milk Orchid. Now, I was hesitant to buy this at first because I was like, milk. And I don't like the original Commodity milk, any of them. Expressive, bold, none of it. It's just not for me. It just smells sour on my skin. But again, your skin and your body chemistry is the last, ingredient to all fragrances. So just keep that in mind. But this one, I was very intrigued, and I was able to get it on the second restock, and I posted it for you guys. Y'all went crazy, okay, and y'all bought this fragrance, so you got to let me know what you're thinking about it. However, this I've been enjoying so much more. So this is going to be for my more clean girls, okay? This is not going to be for the girls who like a gourmand necessarily. It's not going to be like super floral, but it is a soft, clean, floral, milky fragrance. Think Blanche Bette. And you do have to like something a little lactonic. I get the original DNA in this, but it's the way that the coconut and the florals are mixed in. It just makes this so, I don't know, soft and creamy without spoiled milk. You know, that lactonic milkiness that can kind of be a turnoff. You don't really get that in this, even though I can detect the original Commodity milk DNA. A few times that I've worn this, I have gotten a lot of compliments. And what I do realize is that this needs your skin. Like I mentioned just a minute ago, this needs your skin, you guys. It smells so good on the skin and it lasts on me. And I feel like this is a fragrance that I can wear 24/7 all year round. And the reason I say that is because sometimes something that's lactonic, it may just be something you feel like you can wear at nighttime or in cold weather just to kind of combat that milkiness. This one is, it has that coconut and the floral notes in there that really helps it out. Let me actually read off the notes to you guys. Okay, so we have some coconut, we have fig, milk, we have almond blossom. Those are three notes that I usually do not like. Coconut, fig, and almond. Then we have vanilla orchid, a fave. We have some magnolia in the middle. And then in the base, we have milk, sandalwood, and macadamia. So it gives it that nuttiness. And I think that those base notes are exactly what, the original Commodity milk is giving. But I love the fresh notes on top of this. It reminds me of Blanche Bette, you guys. It does, but it's not as floral as Blanche Bette. Okay, so if Blanche Bette was just way too floral for you, maybe check out Milk Orchid. Okay, let me actually see if this is available. Right now, it is on the Sephora website. So if you've been wanting to get your hands on this, this is now the time. Plus, get that 20% off. Okay, so yeah, again, this is Milk Orchid. Yes, the creative is Perfumerism, and her name is Christelle Laprade, I want to say. I hope I'm not butchering her name. So yeah, this is the collaboration with her, and I think she did a really good job. I created a flanker that felt, pretty personal to her, but she was still able to maintain the original DNA of Commodity milk. So job well done on this one. Okay, y'all, so those are my 10 fragrances. I just have 3 hair and body mists that I want to recommend, and yeah, you can get 20% off of these as well. Okay, so the first one is going to be Marshmallows from Ellis Brooklyn. I've talked about this several times. Any marshmallow fragrance, anything that I want to add some sweet toastiness to, I'm going to be pulling out Marshmallows from Ellis Brooklyn. This is a very long-lasting, heavy type of body mist, and you can put this in your hair. That's what I mainly use my body mist for. If I do anything on the top, it'll just be spraying my clothes at the end of my full combo, but I really use this in my hair and I love it, you guys. It's so strong. I love that, but it also doesn't linger for days and days like a fragrance would, where I need to, feel like I have to wash my hair every night or something. So I'm really living for Marshmallows, y'all. This is my second bottle and we already have a little dent in this. this. I've talked about this several times. This layers amazingly well with Young Bougie Marshmallow. It layers well with Donna Born Aroma Ivory. It layers well with High Tea. I mean, the list goes on and on. Anything that you want to add a little toasty marshmallow to, do this. And also, even this with She Was Here is a really good combo, y'all. So I actually have 4, y'all. So my next one that I want to mention is Sol de Janeiro 59. This is my little travel that I like to throw in my bag. This is one of my favorite scents. And it's funny because when I first smelled this, I was not impressed. I did not enjoy this, but after using the shower gel and the body cream, I started craving this, and this definitely gets sweeter and sweeter over time. This is so beautiful. It may not be this, but it's giving like vanilla orchid. You know how that is like super sweet, but it has that floral little burst in there that just makes it fresh. This is a fresh vanilla. I love this so much, y'all. So again, if you want the full size, you can get it 20% off. And this is from Sol de Janeiro, of course. But I love this one. It's my favorite one, okay? My favorite. So good. And then, of course, we could not leave out Fleur. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys and talk about Vanilla Skin, but if you haven't already, you need to pick that one up. I would pick up Vanilla Skin Hair and Body Mist before you even attempt to pick up the Vanilla Skin perfume. I have them both, and I still feel like the body mist smells better, okay? So with that out of the way, let's start with Heavy Cream. Heavy Cream, y'all. Woo! This is Heavy Cream. It's so good. So this is definitely a gourmand. You have some lemon sugar, you have marshmallow, you have orange. You also have some jasmine blossom, coconut cream, and ambretolide. And in the base, we have vanilla mousse, salted caramel, and whipped cream. I mean, it literally smells like whipped cream, heavy whipping cream. Seriously. And it has such a heavy sweetness to it while still being, like, I don't want to say fresh because not floral fresh, but it still has like a little bit of a brightness to it. There you go. So it's probably that lemon, but it doesn't lean too heavily lemon. So I do like to mix this with Devotion from Dolce & Gabbana, one of my favorite lemon gourmands. I also like to mix it with Hard to Get from Forever Mood, another one of my absolute favorite lemon gourmands. So you can see where I'm going with this. I'm also wearing this today in my hair just because I felt like my hair smelled like curling iron. So I knew this would knock it out immediately. Okay, so love this so much. Highly recommend you get your nose on this one, and full size bottle, you won't regret it. Now, last but not least, we have Cashmere Skin. Now, this is one of Fleur's newer body mists. So the notes in this one are almond, cyclamen, cashmere. We have some cream, vanilla, santal, and in the base, we have ambrette, musk, and Peru balsam. This is for the cashmere cardigan girlies, okay? It's exactly what it says. Just to add that sophistication, that warm hug to any fragrance. This with Gris Charnel, fabulous. This with Milk Orchid, amazing. Like, so many things you can do with this cashmere skin. It smells so good. It just smells like a warm, fresh, sweet, inviting hug. And I love this one, y'all. So this one is new and I've been using it a lot, but you don't need to like douse yourself when it comes to these body mists. That's why I try to be a little bit careful and cautious when I am mentioning body mist, because body mist is not something that I used to think that I would ever want to invest in, right? But when it came to these brands like Ellis, Brooklyn, and Fleur, I found that they really fit well into my collection, especially as someone who wears extensions or who loves to layer. These body mists from these particular brands are going to last you, okay? They will last. They last much longer than you would think a body mist last, okay? So that's why I really enjoy these brands when it comes to body mist. I also like I think it's called Vanilla Sin. I can't find that one right now, but I love Vanilla Sin from Ellis Brooklyn as well. That's like a cherry deep vanilla. These are super heavy type of body mist, so they're actually worth the buck. You know what I mean? So yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. These were my 10 fragrances that I want to recommend to you all for the Fragrance for All event at Sephora. Make sure to use Save Scents when you purchase, and you can get 20% off of your order. And remember, this is a Beauty Insider Member exclusive, okay? So make sure you guys are signed up to be a Beauty Insider Member. I will have that link down below for you guys, along with everything that I've mentioned in this video, linked in the description box as well. Thank you so much, Sephora, for partnering with me on this video. I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope you guys enjoy shopping for the Fragrance for All event. So I will talk to you on my next one. Bye, y'all.
She comfortable.